Welcome back to the DNX show, and today we're going to be doing some predictions for MXGP of Great Britain. Alright, so since we don't have any pro moto this weekend, I figured I would give you guys a little prediction video, a little review video of the MXGP race this weekend. And if you guys want to see more of this kind of stuff, let me know in the comment section, also by leaving a like. Let's see if we can hit 150 likes. And if we do, I will do it every single time there's an MXGP race. Alright, but let's talk about our bold predictions, okay? And we're going to start in the 450 class. And for me, I have the Fantic boys finishing right next to each other. Alright, that is Glenn Coldenhoff, Brian Bogers, and Andrea Bonacorsi. And I think they're going to finish like 6, 7, 8, maybe 5, 6, 7. But they're going to finish right next to each other. I was looking back this year, and it hasn't happened once. It has, like, a couple of them have finished right next to each other, but not all three of them. And I think this is the weekend it happens, okay? They're riding really, really good. Go back to Latvia. Glenn got a 4th. Bonacorsi got a 7th. Brian Bogers got a 9th. So they're like right there, right? They're literally right there. And I can definitely see it happening this weekend. But then for my bold prediction for the MX2 class, I have the red plate changes once again. And if you guys been following along for this series so far this year, you know how often this red plate changes, man. I feel like it happens every single freaking weekend. But this one is bold because Langerfelder has a 27-point lead over Adamo. So like Langerfelder needs to have a horrible weekend for Adamo to even take it over. Now, as we've seen in the past, it can definitely happen. So that's why I have this as my bold prediction. But let's talk about who's going to win the qualifying races. Let's stay in the MX2 class. And for me, I have Andrea Adamo. This kind of goes into my bold prediction with our red plate changing. And I'm kind of banking on that, all right? I'm kind of banking on Langerfelder to have an okay start, maybe a couple mistakes. Adamo just pulls whole shot and leads the whole thing, right? That's what I'm kind of banking, just based off my bold prediction. Now, I'm not going to be upset if, say, like Kai goes out there and dominates and he takes over the red plate, right? I'm just going with Adamo right now because he's a little bit closer than Kai. But yeah, I think either one of those boys are going to take it. But if I have to pick one, I'm going to go with Adamo. But now for the MXGP class, I think it's really hard to bet against the top 3 guys, which is Fevra, Lucas Kunin, and then Jeffrey Herlings. I don't see anybody beating them. Like, I don't know about you guys, but not even in like the main races on Sunday. I don't see anybody beating that 3 right now. If Renault wasn't hurt, sure. But he's hurt, you know, and I just don't see anybody even battling with them up there. So with that being said, for the qualifying race, I think it comes down to the start. And who has the best starts as of late? It's Lucas Kunin and Jeffrey Herlings. Now, if I have to pick one, I'm going to go with Lucas Kunin. I think he gets that start. I think he leads every lap, and he's going to come out victorious in this. And I think Herlings is going to be right on the rear tire of him and maybe make a pass, maybe make a attempt at a pass a couple times. But I think Lucas like holds him off, gets to win. I think Fevra comes in like 3rd. But yeah, that's just kind of what I'm thinking for the qualifying race. All right, so now let's talk about some head-to-head matchups that I'm looking forward to. And for the MXGP class, I have Coldenhoff versus Ruben Fernandez. I suck at that last name. I can't even say Dylan's last name either, but we're just going to say Ruben, okay? And this matchup, Coldenhoff has beaten Ruben 8 out of 11 rounds, which is kind of crazy to think about. I thought Ruben's been doing a little bit better. Maybe he's just doing better as of late. Maybe not MXGP of Germany when he tried to double that before the mechanics area. Yeah, that probably wasn't smart. But yeah, with this matchup for this weekend in MXGP of Germany, or excuse me, Great Britain, I think Coldenhoff gets it done. I think he goes up one more on this matchup. And for me personally, if I'm picking Coldenhoff here, that means his teammates are going to beat Ruben as well, potentially. So, yeah, I think for some odd reason, my gut is just telling me Coldenhoff's going to get it done. And then for the MX2 class, I have a little teammate matchup, and that is Gillian Ferez versus Camden McClellan. And for this matchup, McClellan has beaten him 7 out of the 11 rounds. Now, mind you, Gillian did miss a couple rounds. Just keep that in mind. However, I think Camden McClellan gets it done this weekend. I think he beats his teammate. He's been riding great as of late, dude. Seriously, like, go back and watch the motos. He has the speed. The only thing that's killing him right now is the freaking starts. If he can get a start, I think he can beat basically everybody in this class. So with that being said, I'm banking on McClellan to get a start here, and I'm banking on him to ride exceptional. So, yeah, McClellan, if you watch this, you probably won't. I'm rooting for you. right, so now let's go into some placements here. And for this weekend, we're going to do 5th place. I'm going to stay in the MX2 class. And I am picking Lotta, all right? He needs a bounce back weekend after what happened at Latvia. He had 2 DNFs. Not great at all, especially considering going back to MXGP of Germany. He won the qualifying race, and he got 4th place overall. So I kind of expect him to have that bounce back weekend right up front with the boys. He's really good at starts too, so like I can see him battling right there for that like 4th and 5th spot. I'm not going to be surprised if maybe say he even gets a podium with how chaotic this class is. But if I have to just go with like a good foundation, good result for him, I think a 5th place would be amazing for him. And then another guy that needs a bounce back is Maxim Renault in the MXGP class, and that's who I have in 5th place. Go back to MXGP of Germany. He also got 4th place in that race. And then for Latvia, he did not have a great showing. He finished 11th, which is not great, not up to the par of what Renault is capable of. And I really wish he didn't get hurt, dude. If he didn't get hurt at Switzerland, I think he would be battling Fevra and Herlings and Lucas for wins, man. Especially considering he came out this season on fire and winning Argentina. And then he got hurt. And then he also got hurt again. Like, it's just unfortunate that he's been hurt this whole entire season, because after what I saw at Argentina, I thought he was going to do great this year. But yeah, for this weekend alone, I think he gets a 5th place, which I think is pretty damn good. All right, so now let's talk about our podiums. I'm going to stay in the MXGP class. And like I mentioned earlier, it's hard to bet against the top 3 guys right now, right? Like that is Fevra, Herlings, Kunin. Like it's just hard to bet against those guys. Like maybe Ruben can get into the mix, and maybe Renault can get into the mix, maybe Koldenhoff, you know, like I personally just don't see it. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong. But if you go back the last couple of rounds, it's just been these 3 guys battling up front. And I kind of expect that once again. But let's talk about who's going to be placing where. So with that being said, for 3rd place, I have Roman Fevra. He's been struggling the last couple of weekends. No, Herlings and Kunin have beat him the last 2 rounds. So I kind of think that happens again this weekend. I think Lucas gained some more points on the championship too. So yeah, I think Fevra, he rides good, maybe makes a mistake. We've seen that in the past couple of rounds where he just makes a tiny mistake and kind of just settles for that 3rd place. So I kind of think that's going to happen again. For 2nd place, I'm going to say this. It's going to be a duel between 2nd place and 1st place. I can see a potential here where they like flip-flop positions for each moto. Say it goes 2-1, 1-2, you know what I'm saying? But if I have to say for 2nd place, I'm going with Jeffrey Herlings. He's coming off back-to-back wins. He has all of the momentum. So I'm really not happy with putting him in 2nd place. But with that being said, I have Lucas getting 1st because I think he wants that revenge on what happened at Latvia as well as Germany, right? He wants to go out there swinging. He wants to pull a hole shot. He wants to freaking lead every single lap and say, hey, I'm here. I want to beat Fevra in the championship. I'm going to gain so many points this weekend. And that's why I kind of have him in 1st. Now, I'm not going to be surprised if Jeffrey just goes out there swinging and he gets back-to-back rounds, right? You know, like I'm not going to be surprised. But like I mentioned, it might be like a 2-1 for Lucas Kunin. It might be a 1-2 for Herlings. You never know. But I think regardless, everybody can say that that's going to be the podium, right? I'm just saying. But then for the MX2 class, I feel like this one, you can basically put anybody on the podium. Now, obviously, you have the title contenders, which is Kyle Wolf, you know, Adamo, Langerfelder. But then throw in the guys that have been riding great as of late. Sasha, he won Latvia, right? Then you got to throw in like Benestant. He's very, very good. Then you got to throw in like Liam Everts. Like he's also very good. What about McClellan if he gets a start? You know what I'm saying? With all that being said, let's say who gets 3rd. And that is, for me, it's going to be Camden McClellan. I think he gets it done, all right? I think he's going to get a great start in both motos. And he's going to come out swinging. He's going to ride fantastic. And he's going to be battling, maybe even for a win in one of the motos. I'm seeing the future here. I think that's what's going to happen. And then for 2nd place, as I mentioned in my bold prediction, red plate changes, right? And so with that being said, I think Adamo right here gets 2nd place. He's going to make up a lot more points than like on Langerfelder. Now, Langerfelder might have a bad couple motos, you know, like a 8th and 8th, which doesn't give you a lot of points. 22 points for Adamo. Maybe Adamo gets a moto win. 25, you know, like he's going to make up a lot of points. And I think the red plate changes with Adamo getting in 2nd. and now a guy that's going to go maybe 1-1 this weekend. He's very, very good at Great Britain. I watched him at Motocross of Nations do really, really good, and that is Kyle Wolf. All right, he's going to be making up some points on Adamo. The championship might be even closer than what it is now or even before, and I think, personally speaking, Kai comes out with vengeance. He wants to show, like, hey, that first moto at Latvia, that don't mean shit, all right? I came out and won second moto after having a horrible start, passing everybody, and he's going to come out with 2 great starts, maybe lead every single lap, and he's going to go out there and go 1-1. That's my bold prediction, all right? Kind of hot, I know, especially in this MX2 class where anything can happen. But, hey, that's what's great about this race, man. That's why I'm excited to watch this. It's also at a very, very good time as well. So we might be doing a little watch party for you guys. I'll definitely have the reactions go out for you guys. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. But if you guys want to see more of this, like more of just like these prediction videos, maybe even a review video of like what I normally review is our biggest takeaway, letdowns, all that, let me know by leaving a comment and hitting that like button. All right, I need to know if you guys want to see more of this. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for all the love on all the videos. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and we'll be back tomorrow with some everything moto. I think there's a bunch of news going on right now, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys so much for the love, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow. So I'm out. Peace.